I was supposed to be doing a live stream with Mrs. Contrarian, but um she's not here yet. So uh that may have to be postponed until next weekend. We'll see, because um she had family, and Filipinos are big on family. So if if that's the one thing you should know, if you're dating a Filipina, you, you're like, their family is now your family, for better or for worse. So pick someone who has a good family. She has a good family. Not every member is good, but most of them are great. Okay. And they accepted me right away. I love the fact that since her father was no longer, um, excuse me, her father was no longer present, alive, that is, that her uncles took the time to vet me. She was so nervous, and I wasn't. Like, I respected that. Like, I respected the fact that they wanted to, you know, see see the cut of my jib, and that's an old fashioned term. They they wanted to see, if if I was a good person, and we struck it off right away. The only thing I was nervous about is that I don't drink alcohol, so when they offered it to me, I was scared they would find it rude that I didn't drink. But so the way what I did is I accepted the drink, I just didn't drink from it, and that actually impressed them because they saw that I was someone who can hold their liquor. So apparently, there's I guess, a lot of a lot of Filipinos that are like to swim in the booze. Uh, but yeah, I've my days of binge drinking stopped in college. So I mean, everything stopped in college. Weed, you know, I mean, I've rarely smoked weed then, but I smoked weed a few times when in college, and drank alcohol. Even the legendary Incredible Hulk, when mix Remy Martin with Hypnotic. You guys would know about that. But let me fix this chat up. Hello, Isabella. How are you? I'm gonna fix this chat up so I can get all my messages. And this is going to be another free fall. This is going to be another Ask Me Anything format. So, what's up with everyone in the chat? Feel free to ask me questions. Remember, I only give three provisos to the questions. One is that they're family friendly, so you know, nothing obscene. So, family friendly questions. Two, I'm not big on giving relationship advice. So if you want me to give relationship advice, then drop a super chat. And third, I'm not a lawyer, so don't ask me legal advice, because the very first thing I'm going to tell you to do is consult a lawyer. Okay. I actually had to ban someone from my channel because he was trying to uh he was giving out bad legal advice on my channel, and I didn't want to be liable for it. Plus, he was what is called a concern troll. If you never heard of concern trolling, it's it's done by people who they're basically shitbags. Like, so a concern troll isn't your ordinary online troll. Like, your typical troll just comes in, says stupid stuff, and tries to elicit a reaction out of you, right? Or they just want to mess up your stream, something like that. The concern troll is someone who actively participates and pretends to be a sympathetic supporter to a content creator or a friend. All the while they keep being very critical and trying to undermine everything you say in your streams. And this guy had been doing it for 2 years, so it came to a head yesterday after he insulted one of my moderators, and I was like, I don't care if you roast me because I can roast you back, but you're not going to disrespect my moderators, because it's not like they getting paid to put up with people's insults, right? So I finally banned him, And I actually looked up the term to realize that was the name of what he was doing. I didn't know it was a name to what he was doing. I just knew that it was very manipulative. He would come in and try to be very friendly, and then he would always try to undermine, you know, everything that I was saying. usually with some like, usually with he came in like he was like some sort of Democratic pundit. And I'm like, dude, you're not getting paid to push these political talking points. Like it became very annoying. So I finally banned him. And I'm pretty sure because he's a loser, he's going to come back under a new name because that wasn't his first username on YouTube. So it won't be his last. He'll be back in some form or fashion uh, and try the same shtick. But I'm not that dumb. That and if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about, you can go to my live stream from yesterday and the day before that because it was a two-parter. Okay, it was a two-parter, and uh, you'll see you'll see how things came to where they were. So, oh well. Let me get through all these. Just a bunch of greetings. So, as I said, hello to everyone. Kaylin dash uh, R3P says I'm pregnant with a baby girl in my stomach. My name is Kaylin. Well, congratulations, I guess. Hope there's a father involved. Um, yeah, I'm not giving out personal details of myself. I used to do so all the time, but I don't rock with that anymore because I don't trust people. Sorry. Uh, why is there 20 behind me? Oh, good question. So I'm sorry that it's reversed because the camera reverses the image for you guys, but that was actually given to me by YouTube. It says celebrating 20 years of YouTube because Google bought YouTube 20 years ago. Uh, Google, I'm sorry, YouTube used to be uh, an independent platform prior to 2005, right? And it used to be wild. All this like back then, like we just watched it for like music videos and stuff like that. But it used to be the wild, wild west of content creation back then. People used to put all sorts of crazy stuff on there before it came under Google. Like there were like look, there were like snuff films on there. I mean, that's like the Mexican cartel, like the Sinaloa cartel, used to post their beheadings on YouTube back then. It was wild. And if you think I'm joking, you can Google that yourself. They used to do some crazy stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me see what I've course. So yeah, it's just something they sent to me as a YouTube partner to as a as a partner perk to celebrate stuff. They sent me a bunch of other stuff that some of you guys have already seen, such as this clapper board, so I can clap cheeks, and I'm joking, like this. So perks. Now I'll be getting more stuff once I hit that 10,000, and I've already planned what I'm gonna do for my followers when I hit that 10,000 because I actually had it up for a vote on my news feed. So if you guys want to go to that and vote on it, you can. But pretty much they've already decided what they want me to do when I hit 10,000, which is to teach. I think yeah, it was going to teach. I'm going to teach the 1 inch Bruce Lee punch. I am a martial arts coach, so I thought, oh yeah, I mean, I think that's what the vote came down to, teaching people the 1 inch punch made famous by Bruce Lee. I'm not doing shout outs unless you drop a super chat, though. Knock that off. Uh, Zen Gonzalez says, "What do you want when you want it to grow up?" You mean what do I want it to be? It changed. Um, I remember when I was little, I didn't have any idea what I wanted. Then I think the first thing I thought of, like when I was in elementary school, was being an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones. I still kind of dress like Indiana Jones. Like my typical outfit during the day might be a button-down shirt, khakis, a leather jacket, and my satchel. I don't wear a fedora though, but that would be kind of dope if I did. And I would need a bullwhip. But uh, yeah, I thought of being an archaeologist until I, went to college and realized how dull archaeology really would be. You're not going to be doing any swashbuckling, you know, you're not going to be seeing people rip people's hearts out of their chest. You're not going to find the lost, the Holy Grail or the Lost Ark. So nothing exciting like that. You're just gonna be digging. You're gonna be digging and digging all day. That's pretty much it. Excavating stuff. No thanks. Although I did consider going to Israel to do like a master's in biblical archaeology. That sounds fun. Um, After that, I didn't like. I thought I would just be like a martial arts teacher. Then I realized how little they get paid compared to how many hours they have to put into it. So I was like, no thanks. So those were the two things um, I thought about being when I was little: an archaeologist and um, a martial arts instructor. Well, I am a martial arts coach, but I do that as a hobby, not as a career. Um, Nice water bottle, yeah. Well, I mean, it's necessary. I gotta stay hydrated. Thanks for reminding me for drinking water. Do, 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 do. Someone called me zesty. No, your father is zesty, bitch. I shit more testosterone than you have in your entire little faggy ass little Gen Z body. Game today. I don't know what games are playing. I'm not really into sports unless you like. The only thing I know happening tonight, I think, is an MMA match. I stay up with MMA and Muay Thai and boxing. That's it. I don't care about um sports sports involving balls. Egon says definitely no money in martial arts instruction. I mean, to be fair, there can be, but usually the people who are making money with martial arts are either doing private instruction like I do, but they're doing it like as a full time thing, and that's usually with like high profile clients. That this was how Bruce Lee used to pay his bills, like before when he was struggling to get parts in Hollywood. He would he became an instructor to celebrities like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Coburn and a bunch of other and some other old people that you guys wouldn't be familiar with. Or you can open a franchise of martial arts stores, like a chain of martial arts um, gyms. That is lucrative. But yeah, you're right. It's not a lot of money. That's why I prefer to do it as a hobby. And sometimes I teach for free. Sometimes I'll charge, depending on my relationship to that person. If it's a random person, I'm going to charge them per session. If it's just someone I know and I'm training them, of course I'm going to do it for free. But yeah, I mean, so I won't say you can't get rich doing martial arts, but it's going to be very difficult. Like I said, usually to get rich, you either have a high client, a high profile, excuse me, a high prof. I can't speak, a high profile clientele, or you own a chain of gyms. So get a job. Look, I don't come down to your house kicking dicks out of your mouth while you're working, do I? Dig 1427. So let me do mine. Like, we know you suck dicks for the love of the game, but I I'm getting paid for doing this. So this is monetized. Now go be a good little putter a Peter Puffer as you already are and go suck some more dick for free. Make sure you clear your throat after you're done because you know they like to bust right in your mouth. And I'll be back. And I'm back. So sorry about that. Um, and I'm back. So sorry about that. Um, so like I said, any other questions? By the way, I don't insult people unless they come with the shits first. But do realize I'm Gen X, and no one insults people better than Gen X. I really don't know why these little soft ass Gen Z dudes even try me. To be honest, you guys are fucking with the wrong generation. We used to make fun of each other for fun. We would have we would just have what you call now today roast sessions, but we would call it cracking jokes, snapping, playing the dozens, busting, joning, all whatever you wanted to call it back then. But we literally would make insult people to the point that you would want to fight for fun, and we would and we would have contests like roasting each other up. So you're fucking with the wrong generation if you're gonna come in here trying to troll. Let me check something with my chat filter. All right, looks like it's okay. We're good to go. Sometime, all right. So sometimes I got regularly check the chat filter because sometimes the chat room will freeze on my end. Meanwhile, like there's a scroll of comments coming through, and people think I'm just ignoring them. It's like I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it because the chat filter froze. I mean, sorry, the chat room froze on my end, so I didn't see messages appearing. By the way, on that note, I need to check to make sure my little AI moderation through Streamlabs is working. Because sometimes if I don't check, it will be deactivated. So, how many people in the chat room are from the East Coast and are bracing for the storm like I am? They keep telling us different things like at least a foot of snow, or it might be as bad as the storm in 2016, or it might not be as bad, but almost as bad. So, so someone asked about um, adult entertainment. Here's what I'll say about that: the less you look at it, the better. If not altogether, not at all. Porn is very addictive, and it can ruin it can ruin your satisfaction in an actual physical relationship. So I think it's unhealthy. Like, I'm going to be fair. Like, most guys, younger guys, look at it considerably. Uh, I mean, I grew up in an age where we didn't have readily access to internet uh, explicit content. Most coming from Gen X, our first experiences looking at nude bodies were usually finding your father's Playboy magazines. I found my father's. He had a good damn collection too. He had the one with Latoya Jackson, with Madonna, with Kimberly from Different Strokes. Uh, the one with what was the supermodel? Um, Cindy Cindy Crawford. I think it was Cindy Crawford. And he, I remember him telling my stepmom, he's like, "No, baby, these are collectibles." He kept it in his little office drawer, but I knew where they were, so I would look at them. Um, I found some of my uncles. I don't even know if it was my uncle or my grandfather's. One of them, they had like some black uh, entertainment magazine. So the women were like, it was graphic. Or you find like a parent's um, porn tape. Found that too. But that's usually how we end up being introduced into the adult erotica. Whereas you guys, it's sad. Like little kids are exposed to it because anyone can look at that stuff online, which is the reason why my kid will won't have their own computer. They will be using a family computer, which will be in view within the family and family or the family room, the family den or whatever. It'll be out publicly so we can monitor what the kid is watching. Also, they will not have their own phone until they're mm, at least 15 or so. I'm not a little kid does not need a phone because I mean, if if in my generation they used to always say you guys don't need beepers. Only people who have beepers are drug dealers and doctors, and you're neither one, right? That's what they used to tell us. And now the same and now the same parents who said you don't need a beeper will get their grandkids a smartphone. So I'm kind of hating on that. Like they used to make such a big deal. We had to sneak our beeper. Like I remember senior year of high school, I finally got my own beeper, and I thought I was the shit because I got a page one day, and it was my girlfriend at the time. And that's how we used to, and we used to send messages with the numbers. Like if you reverse it, you know, the one and the seven and the zero, and what do we use for V? Um, I guess it was I guess it was another seven and a one, and then a three for the E, and then another one and seven for the U. And getting a message like that while you in school, you're like, oh yeah. I remember it was up. It was like, yo, it was like, put that on vibes, yo, put that on vibes, son. They go here, yo, like, you don't want them to hear your page. I was like, yeah, you're right. You felt like the shit when you had a pager. This is not. I'm revealing my age, but yeah, this is 1995, so I'm just saying. Don says, "Don't knock your brother. Let him do their parenting. They may come out fine." Eh, uh, don't know. Like I said, I. But yeah, as far as my answer to that question, if you're a grown man, stop watching adult erotica and go get some actual pussy. Probably shouldn't say it on YouTube, but there you go. Go get you some real. Okay. Plus, like I said, once you are actually in a physical relationship with someone, the constant erotica actually messes that up for you. So I would avoid it. And why help these women make money off of you? These same women who make all this explicit content don't have respect for the people who watch it. So that's another reason not to support adult entertainment, especially these little OnlyFans whores. You said thanks for answering. I asked because I started watching it again after like 1 year. Because I don't really have time to meet a girl at the moment because of work, training, and Sunday I rest. If you don't have time for a girl, then you don't have time for porn either. It's not a substitute. It's not a substitute. That's like that would substituting porn for having a girlfriend is like substituting um, watching the Food Network for going to get a meal. That's not a replacement. Like, yes, you can enjoy looking at the food, but you're not getting anything out of it. I mean, literally, you're not getting anything out of it. So, it's sort of the same thing. If you don't have time for a girl, then just be on your grind. Be on your grind. So, that was free advice. And be he says, I know what you mean, but for me, it's like a fast alternative without effort to calm the hormones. You need to know, you need to exercise dick control. And I'm speaking from experience, okay? So the thing is, in the times where I was watching the most erotica, I was also very active with women. So the the erotica wasn't an the erotica wasn't a replacement for them. It was more an extension of what I was already doing. But if you're using it as a substitute, that's not a substitute. You're hurting yourself, and it, it cause it. It actually changes your brain. So I would avoid it. You're not doing yourself a favor, and I understand hormones and all that. Look, we're just get a $40 girl. You know what I mean? Get a get one of these girls that give it up for $40. They're still out there. I don't have any kids. Uh, Mrs. Contrarian and I are, you know, working our way towards that. I want to be in a comfortable position when I have kids because I'm not going to have them struggle as I did. I don't believe in repeating generational curses. And I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, chat room dropped out. Take use this time to drink some water. Drink water. Train to kill, Jill Sergeant. Oh. Mm. All right. So anyway, I'm back again. I had to take my little water break. When I oh, it's no one in the chat room. I was gonna say, what does it look like when I exit temporarily from the stream? Because I'm still on camera. It's just that I'm doing something else. Oh, let me set a goal for the chat. Okay. Set the goal for the chat. So I'm trying to get 10 gifts. 10 gifts is for the goal that I just created. So anyway, again, guys, this is asking me again. Excuse me. This is Ask Me Anything Saturday. So again, feel free to ask questions. Like I said, I only have three provisos. That it'd be a family-friendly question. The last question wasn't family-friendly, but I answered it anyway, just because I have been in a similar position where, you know, explicit content was like something that could be immediately gratifying as opposed to getting out there and just being in a physical relationship with someone. And if you can't be in a physical relationship with someone, like I said, the erotica is not a good replacement for it. It's not a replacement for it. So all it's doing is actually damaging your all it's doing is damaging your mental health by consuming a lot of it. Now I know that there will be some sex therapists and progressive minded clinical psychologists that will say that there's nothing wrong with it, is only whether you find it shameful or not, that it, that it will negatively affect you. But that's just simply not true. It does negatively affect you whether you believe it's shameful or not. Whether you believe it's shameful or not, it does affect your mental state, because it releases certain um, it releases certain neurochemicals that affect your brain, and doing it for a long time will alter your brain chemistry, and not in a positive way. It will make you less able to appreciate being in a physical relationship, um, and it becomes addictive. So you have to keep watching more extreme forms of it to get arousal to get arousal from it. You have to keep looking at more explicit stuff. Like you'll go from very vanilla type of soft soft erotica to the extremely hard stuff. um, if that's like your constant niche. I mean, your constant fix that you need to do. It becomes an addiction, and it'll get to the point that you can't function without doing it, without watching it and beating off to it like that. That is a Like I said, I've struggled with that once myself, and so I just gave it up cold turkey, because I'm like, why watch other people have fun when I could do it myself? And if I can't do it myself, then I have better things to do than to watch this shit. So that's how I look at it. So hopes that helps. Melody Assam says from the I, I don't understand, because my live stream um, automatically translate what you guys are saying, but the translation is often very inaccurate. So I'm not sure what you were trying to say, Melody. But it would help if you guys can just type it in English. That way, I don't have to rely on the Google Translate function on my live stream, because it's not very accurate. Well, I guess she didn't follow up. I was hoping she, or he, could be he, but this looks like a she, I think. Um, oh, he says sorry. I meant to spell hi. Okay, what's up? Just looking at my desktop. What is this? Turn on notifications. Nope. So, in any case, um, any questions for me? Like, guys, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like I said, as it's a family friendly question, um, meaning something appropriate to be talked about openly, and you're not asking me like some relationship question, then I'm good. What's your favorite food? Uh, I, I guess like General So chicken. General So chicken is probably my favorite thing, next to like buffalo wings. But I like but specifically the crispy buffalo wings, not the ones that people just like bake and then pour the sauce over it. Hey Agatha. But yeah, General So chicken, which is I know not real Chinese food, but it's Chinese American takeout food, not like authentic Chinese. But I like General So chicken, and there's a toss up between that and buffalo wings. Oh, you like General? Are you American? You said you like General So's chicken. I thought you. Well, I can't really see the picture, but for some reason I assumed you were from another country. Just put on my little reading glasses here. It's gonna make me seem even more middle aged. Oh yeah, I'm American from the USA. Okay. Oh, I guess that's looks like a photo, some sort of Indian art or something or other. I can't really tell. But yeah, yeah, General Soul Chicken. I could go for that. Well, now I'm full right now, but I was about to say yeah, I could go for some of that. Not right now, but when I'm hungry again tomorrow. I guess is what's going on in terms of weather up there. It was beautiful on the beach today. Oh, you just actively trying to rub it in, y'all. It was cold. It was 8 degrees when I went outside to go run uh, this morning around 5 o'clock. It got up to about 17, 20 degrees. The snow hasn't started yet. They they predict it will start in the morning. Meanwhile, everybody, let's go where Agatha is. And she she trying to rub it in. And she's on the beach. But yeah. Oh, Agatha, did you catch what I was saying to the guy who asked me the question about looking at porn entertainment? He was saying the guy was saying that he uses it because he doesn't have time to to date, so he will just do that instead. I'm like, that's not a replacement, bro. I told you the fight was gonna get. I didn't I tell you that yesterday? I told you the flight was going to get canceled. You said my flight canceled for tomorrow. I told you. I was like, they not. I knew that flight was going to get canceled. I'm like, they're not flying through that storm. It's going to be a storm tomorrow. Like they're not flying through that. I knew it. I I, I knew it. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't catch that segment before. Okay. Yeah, I told him. Yeah, I told him it's not the replacement. I told him trying to replace being with a girl with adult entertainment is like replacing going to going to get food to eat with watching the Food Network. It's like that. It's like that's not a replacement. It's the same thing. Like yeah, it might give you a little mental uh, rush of dopamine seeing like people make these great dishes on Food Network, but it doesn't replace actually eating, cooking and eating, does it? It's like so. Yeah, HUH. You sound like you're trolling because this question doesn't really make sense. It says, "Hi, I have a question. What's your favorite game to play when you're bored?" Also, I only understand Spanish right now, but strange enough, I can't speak or write it. It sounds like you're trolling. Why would I even bother to answer the question to this guy if he only understands Spanish? Because there's no it doesn't translate this into Spanish for you like the way it'll translate text into English for me. It's not going to it doesn't have some sort of voice um, translator. So I think you're just trolling, and I'm not going to bother to answer that. Melody says I made this profile by coloring an AI photo, and this app has many varieties of colors, so I picked the colors for this profile. Okay. Agatha says, yeah, that's true. Just imagine it real. You talking about the adult entertainment stuff? But um, yeah, I was like thinking adult entertainment is a replacement for being with a girl is ridiculous. Like I said, yeah, you can get a nut off by watching a pixelated image of someone getting screwed, but it's that's not. But you're just you're being a voyeur. Like a being a voyeur doesn't replace like physical needs like sex. Just like being a voyeur of food, watching the Food Network won't replace eating. So that's how I liken it. I guess there's nothing better to have someone to cuddle and caress. Mm, I don't think the guy wants to cuddle and caress. He wants to get his nut off. I told him just get a my. I told him if he doesn't have time for a girl, just get a $40 chick. We know the sites that women freely advertise that they will uh, meet up with people for $40. I mean, we've all seen the internet memes about the $40 girl. Shoot, back in the day, we would just buy them a pair of Fila or some Reebok classics. Let me stop. I didn't do it. Just to be clear, I didn't do it. I didn't have money to be buying. I was about to say something. Met to be buying chicks sneakers. I needed my own sneakers. Shoot, yeah. She's I don't like watching those. It's very stressful. Like if you want to watch it with a partner, that's not bad. That can enhance, you know, the intimacy. But I don't get how it's stressful. watching it. That should not be stressful. That should be the least stressful thing. Is watching adult entertainment. She said, "Really that cheap? Yeah, you really don't know. You never heard of fellas. If there's any fellas in the chat room, tell me if y'all have not heard about the, these chicks on these sites do it for $40 because it gets you all worked up. Yeah, that's the point, so that you can masturbate to it. I don't that I think maybe you just used the wrong term when you said stressful because I wouldn't describe it as stressful. It's supposed to be titillating. Anyway, I'm trying to see if Mrs. Contrarian is going to appear. We were supposed to do it yesterday, Agatha, but uh, she had family over, and now she hasn't been responding. So I don't know what she's doing right now because I wanted to see if she wanted to appear now. So it's still a chance that I may do a second live after this one, but with Mrs. Contrarian. Oh, okay. As, Melody says I'm back. Um, but anyway, let's move on from that question because I don't want the stream to get demonetized if it hasn't been already for even discussing that. And I'm trying to not use the word. It's the bird is the word, but bird is the word. But then you didn't you haven't heard the word. That's a Family Guy thing. If you if you never saw a Family Guy, like that was an old thing from like how many years ago did they air that episode? That had to have been like at least that was probably like at least 15 years ago, if not longer. But it was still a funny episode. But with it, running in syndication for so long, I'm pretty sure people have seen it who watch Family Guy. That is. But yep. So my Streamlabs is active. Oh, were you here yesterday, Agatha, when I got rid of Arcadian Hobgob? Oh, you're driving. Okay. Well, be safe. But yeah, the guy who used to be on my channel for like 2 years, and find out that he was trolling the whole time. Like he would just come in, not to add to the conversation, but he used to just come in to constantly try to undermine me and challenge every like trying to defeat any of thing that I said with these little democratic talking points. And at the one point, I was like, "Dude, why are you shilling? Like, are you getting paid to bring this stuff up?" Because it sounded like he would just study a whole day of MSNBC and come in here with that nonsense. And then I finally banned him because he insulted Carlton yesterday. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to put it." The only reason I didn't ban him 2 nights ago was because he dropped a gift, but he was about to get banned that day. But I allowed it because he dropped a gift. But yesterday, after he insulted Carlton, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done." And then I actually looked it up because I found out what he was doing was a phenomenon online called concern trolling, and this is the sophisticated troll. This is a troll that constantly criticizes you and undermines you while claiming to be a sympathetic supporter or friend. And that's what he was doing, and it just got annoying. So I was like, enough is enough. And I'm pretty sure he'll be back at some point using a different username. Uh, Melody says, other question, what's your favorite color? Since I was speaking on color earlier, I don't really have a favorite color. But if I did, probably be it would probably be black because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black, 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 blickety black, 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 blickety black, black, black. He's the, no, I'm joking. No, I just like black because of Batman. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have a favorite color, but the closest to my favorite is black, like because black can pretty much match with everything. So black leather jacket, black boots, black hat, um, black book bag, black tees, black undies, black socks, big black, and it's, I might say black goes with everything, and I'm also black. That's what's up. Aurora says, "Yeah, I'm not winking at anyone. That's sus. Nah, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Go ahead with that." And by the way, I'm talking about mine, not anyone else's. So pause. I need to pause myself on that one. Pause. Talking about mine, no one else's. Which is why I reference everything that I have that's in black, like my black book bag, my black hat and black leather jacket and black satchel and black belt and all that sort of stuff. Actually, I don't have a black dressing belt. I don't actually have a black belt like martial arts wise. Although I'm a martial arts expert, but not in styles that require a black belt. The ones that do require a black belt, I didn't finish, but I can always go back and get a black belt. They're pretty easy to attain. If you're athletic. And yeah, I'm being silly, guys. Anywho, um, I think with I'm going to wrap this up when Mrs. Contrarian is ready to go, and I'll just start a new stream, but it'll be with her in it. So waiting on her. Of course, if I have to wait too long, I'm probably gonna go to bed because I'm already tired. But that's because of the muscle relaxer I've been taking. I've had a leg injury and all of that good stuff. But anyway, any other questions? Oh, and again, the poster is YouTube celebrating its 20 years. Uh, yeah, yeah, they're celebrating their 20 years of being a platform. Like I said, it existed before 20 years ago, but back then it was independent. It was around 20 years or 20 almost 21 years now that they were bought by Google and became like the premier social media platform that it is. Because a lot of people don't realize that YouTube as a uh, platform for videos and for video content and stuff rivals what Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and HBO Max are doing. Like there's a lot more people who watch YouTube daily than the paid for streaming platforms. Not only that, but because the streaming platforms have been getting greedy, charging more and adding and putting ads in their content, that a lot of people are sailing the seven seas to get their content now. I do. Uh, I use Stremio, and then I did I added a link a conga. Excuse me, I'm tying up all my words. I used a torrential link configuration so that I can um, watch anything I want on there. Like I've been watching the Tulsa King. I didn't know that show was gonna be so good. I watched all three seasons already. I'm finishing up the current season of Godfather of Harlem. I watched all of Raising Canaan from the Power, the Powers universe from 50 Cent, and the other one, what was it? The BMF that ended poorly. um, I watched A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the first episode on Stremio instead of watching it on HBO Max. And I'm watching the old stuff on there as well. I just finished watching F1 today. That was pretty good. I'm I only knew about I only knew about the movie because the Critical Drinker recommended it. He said it was pretty freaking good, and it actually was a pretty good movie. Like that was like probably one of the best race car films since what Days of Thunder, and that was like 35, 36 years ago, starring Tom Cruise. Yes, Tom Cruise is that old. He just stays in shape. Melly says, "What's your favorite holiday to celebrate?" To be real, right now, mine is my birthday. Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with you liking your birthday more than other holidays. For me, it's Halloween. Halloween is just fun, and it's fun. It's fun that you can have as an adult without needing kids or being in a relationship to appreciate. Because most of the other holidays center around family and having kids, but as more adults are single and without kids, you know, that sometimes makes like Christmas and stuff like that kind of, I don't want to say depressing, but you become kind of indifferent to those sorts of holidays that usually require a family gathering or being coupled up or having kids or something like that. Halloween is more just for like adults having fun. Like the kids can have fun to it as well. Like they get to dress up and go trick or treating. The adults can go dress up as well and have Halloween parties or just kick it at home, watch binging horror films and uh, buying candy for themselves or whatever. Like uh, I love like Halloween though. Plus, it always reminds me of the beginning of the school year back in grade school. So that's another reason why I like it. Uh, I hear Mrs. Contrarian messaging me. Let's see what she gotta say. As if she. Oh, she was asleep the whole time. So we. So start. I might be about to end this, but if I do, guys, I will be back with her. So you can just come back into the next stream, and I'll be back. But I'll have her on as well, and it'll be more exciting because the stream will be about her traveling. At this point, she's done more traveling than I have, so I'm kind of envious of that. I got to catch up with her. But we message her while we're doing this. But I mean, you guys can still ask questions at the same time. I can I can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time, guys. Still trying to hit that goal. So don't forget to drop a gift so we can get that goal started. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So with the gift, so the reason with the gift goals, like once you guys drop 10 gifts, I'm going to give you guys a free martial arts technique. I did it earlier this week, and so I'll do that every time I hit the super chat or the gift goal for that night. When I reach that, I will give you guys some martial arts techniques. You can go back to the previous stream 3 4 days ago when the last time I hit my actual goal, and you'll see that at the end of the broadcast, I mean towards the end of the broadcast, I taught people a martial arts technique, and then I did a highlight of it as well on for my shorts for my short clips. So you can check out the shorts clips to see the technique I gave them, or you can watch the entire broadcast in replay. And by the way, the questions don't have to be superficial; they can be deep questions as well. Um, I'm kind of versed in a few topics. Asking if she's still gonna be able to come live since she just woke up. But yeah, Agatha, I thought that your flight would get canceled because I was like, that was planned way before they knew the storm was going to hit. So I was like, more than likely they're going to have to reschedule that. I saw that coming. Pause. but um, but yeah, I didn't think that would be realistic with them expecting this bad storm. Like they're saying it's going to be at least a foot of snow, at least a foot, but it could be more. So they're predicting at least a foot of snow. So I was like, yeah, I don't think they flying through those conditions. You're gonna end up like you're gonna end up on an episode of well, not episode. You're gonna end up like on that old movie Airplane, or the Airplane Two, the sequel. Waiting for her response. I hate texting. It takes so long. I wish people just if, guys, if you have a phone, just call people. I know people are I know Gen Z that hates calling people, but it's so much quicker. Like I don't want to text something for a whole hour that can be said within 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes of conversation it, it is equal to like an hour of texting. What time is it where you live? Well, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it is currently about 9:55. So, well, she's taking forever to answer. It's PM. I thought you said you were an American. Like you should know in Eastern time zone it's currently nighttime, Saturday night. I mean, I could see if I was living in, I don't know, uh, American Samoa or somewhere, but no. It is Saturday night live. Well, not live, not Saturday night live, but it is Saturday night, and I am live. Smells someone's cooking potatoes, fried potatoes. Smells good because I live in northern Minnesota. Yeah, I mean Minnesota. I think is only what an hour difference or 2 hours difference. So it's Saturday night for you guys as well. She says she's too groggy. Oh well. Well, in any case, guys, I'm about to call this since I mean it's not a lot of aside from Melody and Agatha, isn't it really isn't too many people talking. Um, doesn't look like she's gonna go live with me this evening. Uh, well, so but if I do, we'll see. Do I have any pets? Yes. Here we have a pet cat. Um, in my home overseas, we also have a cat and two dogs. Well, technically, my wife and I have a dog, and then the other dog belongs to her sister. And then the cat, I guess, is the family cat, a separate family cat from this family cat. Drink some water. Anywho, um, I'm gonna wrap this up. I mean, it was a pleasure talking to all of you, but it's not that many people in the chat room, so it doesn't make sense to drive it home an extra hour. Plus, I was expecting to flip this to end this anyway, and then go into a second live stream with the misses. So, but that's cool. Next time, guys, and I'll be on likely around the same time tomorrow. All right, and hopefully I can get her in, but probably not because that's a work day for her. We'll see. But in any case, I will be back sometime tomorrow, probably around the same time. So maybe the same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, I'm out, folks. So have a good evening and be safe in that storm tomorrow, depending on how heavy it gets. I will be running before the snow and make sure I can get it in first. Pause. Pause. But anyway, I'm out. See ya.